Welcome back to Broke Till Friday podcast. It's been a cool minute. It's been 3 years since you looked at me. That one song, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. I forgot.
All right, well, that's pretty
And
much.
hey, you know what, Andres?
What?
You know what would be a really rad thing?
What?
If the people watching went to go like and subscribe.
You're right. And if you're listening to this on Spotify, make sure to rate it. Make sure to share it with your peers. Make sure to make me a sandwich, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera.
Any of that provides algorithmic engagement.
Give us the algorithmic engagement
by making a sandwich.
YouTube is rigged. Twitter is rigged.
I kind of want a sandwich.
Fucking Spotify is rigged. Everything's rigged.
It's all rigged.
It's all rigged.
It's all rigged.
And you'll get to know
The Republican Party rigged.
today, or yesterday. Well, because we're recording today to release tomorrow.
It's
but
Monday.
Yeah, you're gonna find out as this is very. There's no lead time with this. Okay, we're basically recording live. This is it.
It's literally live.
This is it.
48 hours removed. It's live, basically.
Like 12 hours removed, to be honest.
12 hours.
Yeah, because it's going up 8 a.m. in the morning and it's 6 o'clock
All
right
of
now.
you in 29 billion. You know, it's live. It's only been 12 hours.
Exactly. Walter, let's all take a moment of silence for Walter. He is now in Korea.
Damn, they caught him in the.
They've caught him in the
time
zone.
loop.
They shot him forward. They shot him forward into the future.
Tuesday.
He is
into the demilitarized zone.
He's literally in the DMZ right now. This is a TMZ exclusive in the DMZ.
Walter's letter active, FBI, CIA.
Open up. So, but yeah, he's doing good. He's doing good.
Yeah, he's chilling. He's big chilling.
Well,
oh yeah, apparently, people liked the thing that we did on the last episode that I was here.
Which one?
Which was the
roast?
Not the group one. The one where it's just me, you, and Walter.
Oh, we're going this. Oh, that guy. I saw his comment. He was like, "That was a funny one.
Yeah.
And then?
Oh no, that's all I had to say.
Oh.
That's the end of my sentence. You know.
Okay, and didn't ask. Plus, you're a woman.
Plus ratio.
L plus
ratio plus L plus we
Dude,
did your mom.
The
plus.
Why Andrew Schultz is not funny got 206 views. Oh.
The biggest one. I don't even know who the fuck that is. I honestly don't even fucking care, dude.
Funniest shit ever because
I wasn't even there.
I know you were in Vegas. You're in Vegas.
Yeah, I was in Vegas. I was coked out of my mind. No.
Exactly. So it was that one.
I have
off.
not done. Play the clip. Play the GIF.
What?
The GIF of the like Canadian president or whatever being like, I do not smoke crack cocaine.
It'll be up there.
Yeah, the fat white dude.
Oh, Rob Ford. He's dead.
Yeah.
He died of a heart attack. So he's done meth and cocaine. So
yeah, true.
Yeah, he's.
I don't know why my first reaction was to.
What's the crack?
The man died of a heart attack.
Rob Ford. Yeah, it was Rob Ford, right?
I don't know if it's Rob Ford.
Former mayor of Toronto.
Yes.
2016. Holy shit, he died 6 years ago. I feel like he just
Trump
died.
became president. He died.
Straight
That's what happened.
That's
confirmed.
literally what happened.
Legit, dude. Do you know how easy it is to lie on TikTok?
Oh, we'll get to that when we get to the social media segment of this, but we'll come back to it.
We'll come back to it.
Sorry.
Let me
just write that down. Write it down. Okay,
lying on TikTok.
Okay.
Lying on these nuts.
Talk. I don't know why I put tick, comma, talk. So, basically, we got Walter over in Korea. He's having some of that bulgogi pussy. He's ordering as many Plan Bs. Bulgogi.
He got the bulgogi. Dude,
yeah.
I kind of want some bulgogi.
He's K-popping that pussy. There we go. K-popping that pussy. Yeah, speaking about Korean stuff, let's switch to Japanese adjacent. Why is the isekai? Am I saying that right? Isekai genre so popular?
I'm not gonna lie. I kind of forgot what my idea for this was.
Well then, let's.
I forgot it within the last 20 minutes. I feel okay. No, because I remember.
Okay, first define isekai. What is that? I don't know what it is.
Okay. So it's basically like a genre, and it's kind of overplayed now. And it exists in Western everything. It's basically like you get. Like the stereotype or like the standard one because it's copy pasted like in fucking every single anime that comes out of Japan. It's like you get hit by a truck and you die and you get transported to another world, but really it's you just get ripped out of this world and thrown into another one, out of one world and go into another one. So technically things like what's that old? Technically, Sonic X from the Four Kids. The Four Kids version is an isekai.
It's
technically an isekai because he got ripped from the other world and he got sent to Earth. Technically an isekai or reverse isekai, whatever stipulation you want to give it, but it's technically an isekai.
Portal fantasy and science fiction. I get it. So where you get transported to another world?
Yeah, basically. But here's the thing: there's specific themes that have come within the last, I don't know, because when I got into it, I'm gonna go a little bit hipster right now. I got into it before before this big wave.
Back
hit.
when it was unacceptable.
Yes, back when it was unacceptable. Back
when you would be shunned.
Yeah,
and, you'd be a
ostracized.
Exactly.
No, but like it really like the isekai genre didn't really get going until like the last couple of years when like all these new animes came out. Like I remember like reading some of their manga versions before, and I was like, oh, this is never getting anime. This is like so shitty.
Yeah.
And it's like it was like a guilty pleasure kind of. It's like when you watch like reality TV or something like that.
Yeah, and then you're like, oh my God, Kim, why the fuck would you say that to him? And then you're like, what the fuck did I just say?
Yeah, exactly.
And then you point the double
But with
barrel in
weeb
your
shit.
mouth.
But with weeb shit.
And then you do the Sudoku.
Yeah. Legitimately that, but with weeb shit. No, and like even in there, like isekai wasn't a popular genre. Like the most popular one that had come out in like the last, I don't know, however fucking much time was like Sao, and everybody hated it because it was ass.
Sword Art Online.
Yeah.
Why do I know that?
I don't fucking know. Dude.
You said Sao, and I was like, that's what other thing has those?
It could not be
SAO.
anything else. Oh yeah, legit.
What else?
SAO. I mean, also that's like it's how it's popularized, right? Like if you see a billboard for Sao,
Sword Online.
it's gonna be Sao. It's not gonna be Sword Art.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, it's named after an in-universe game that one day traps all of its players within its world. Well, I don't know. I never played
I
it.
don't know. I think 2023 is when like in universe for Sao, like the game thing is supposed to come out.
Oh,
So
and then
next year.
metaverse. That's why everyone's making the jokes about like, oh, you're gonna be in the metaverse. You're gonna
Yeah.
get stuck in your Sword Art Online and whatnot. So.
Yeah, exactly. So because we're coming up on like the in universe date. But anyways, I get sidetracked. And I just find it weird that like the new isekai, like the main themes of it is basically like your oppressive and useless job that will leave you nowhere and give you no satisfaction ends up killing you, and you get born into a universe where your labor matters. Like literally, that's 90% of all the isekais right now.
bourgeoisie revolution, and it just clicked. It's so popular because escapism.
Yeah.
You see how much like Japanese people are overworked because like literally they'll be working like 50, 60-hour weeks and stuff like that on salary, like whatever the definition of salary is over there, you know? But yeah, they're not being paid extra or anything. But then they're like, oh, this guy's only working 40 hours a week. He's not working very hard. But it's like they're not even actually working 60 hours. They're just busy working to appear to look like they're busy.
Legit.
But all that like, I gotta
It's
do
just
the
their
grind and
stress
stuff.
like that, and you're incentivized to work like 10 12 hours, like, you know, to sleep in the office and shit like that. Yeah. Like that's a huge popular staple of isekai. At least the modern day, like the current iteration of isekai.
Escapism.
It's the escapism from one thing, from like the oppressive
Here's-
real world job.
yeah, here's my
to
harsh
somewhere
reality.
where like your labor matters, like where your
Exactly.
effort gives birth to something.
You're like, my effort is going on a quest now, and I'm
like
gonna do something.
Imagine like the popular ones that came out recently. Overlord, literally, like all of his friends abandoned him because all of his friends were through one online game, and then that online game shut down. You know, his job was completely useless and was like breaking his back, and he thought he was gonna die at the company. And then all of a sudden, like he gets transported, and he's like the evil overlord of the castle he built and put effort to. Like his effort ended up producing something tangible
of value to him, basically.
Yeah, of value, not just to him but to also to the detriment of society, but to the benefit of his society, you know.
Wait, what? Trapping the only remaining logged in player as
Yeah.
this fearsome lich character who struggles to maintain the fragile balance between the world's races. So it's race war, basically.
Kind of, yeah.
I mean, I know they mean races and
honest.
like orcs and elves and all
Well,
this
you know,
stuff.
even that, like I don't know, it's weird. It's a weird show.
Wait, what the hell is... Oh, they did give him... Okay, because for a second, I thought they were blurring the horns. Like, you know how they do in Yu-Gi-Oh?
Yeah.
With like a little ball or something?
Yeah, where they're
He
like,
does
yeah,
have-
they'll censor the randomest things, like the rice thing is like a jelly bean donut or whatever.
Yeah, it's... No, that's in the dubs. You're like, oh, I love my jelly donut. And then it's a fucking rice cake. And you're like... I mean, I don't think kids are retarded
Yeah.
to that much where they...
To
if
that
you-
level.
Yeah, if you say, hey, this is a rice cake, and they'll go, rice cake? oh, okay.
Yeah.
And you just continue on with life. They're like, a jelly donut.
Even if they don't get what it is, like years later, they'll be like, "Oh, that's what that is. I remember that."
Exactly. But,
Yeah.
and now, see the shift? Nowadays, when you do the dub, you're like, I want the most accurate thing. If they breathe and they fart in Japanese, I want to hear the exact translation of
It's,
the accent. Make sure it's not a kanji, it's kuragana. And make sure that it, you know.
the most extreme weave shit. Yeah.
Exactly. God.
Yeah, but like I was saying, like I wonder, like it got popular in Japan once they started like their heavy shit, right? Like when the companies really started oppressing them.
Well, I feel like in Japan, it's been like this since like the 70s, 80s,
70s?
90s. Because remember, they were
Well,
copying...
when the burnout starts, what I mean, not
Oh,
just
well.
when like they start, because obviously there's a grace period when a company starts oppressing you, and then once the society, the generation feels the burnout.
But so that's the thing. Well, I know they're feeling it now because of declining birth rates and all the old people and stuff. But again, it's because they have a bunch of other social issues.
Yeah.
But I was gonna say they were copying U.S. They were copying the U.S. offices where
Yeah.
they're like, you go in and you're working and stuff, you know. But in America, there was still that cultural difference too, where it's like everyone for themselves, and you have that sort of self identity. But there isn't as much self identity in Japan, I would say, because it's more collectivism versus individualism. You know? Which has its benefits and its stuff like that, because you know. Individualism, you're like, I don't want to fucking wear a mask. Who do I don't owe anyone to no one, you know? Versus collectivism, where you're like, well, we're all gonna come together as a community, blah blah. You know, it's not communism. It's just caring for the community around you because you feel like you're a part of it, rather than I'm gonna be on top of everyone and I'm gonna be the one that's rich in my McMansion and whatnot. So. But yeah, I do think that's probably why the isekai genre is so popular, because of the overworking conditions.
And then it exploded here too, around the time when like shit started getting even worse here. Like you can just remember the last couple of years, you know, everything that's happened. This is the time frame where it got popular. I was gonna say, that doesn't strike me as a coincidence.
I love being 25 and living through 3 once in a lifetime economy crashes, economic disasters. So
what they didn't tell you is that those are once in a lifetime economic disasters for the people about to die. And then
that's true. No, well, okay, yeah. They didn't say whose lifetime.
Yeah, whose
They just
lifetime.
said a lifetime. Yeah, you can't get them all, you know. Once in a lifetime.
Once in a lifetime
doesn't mean your lifetime. Could have been, you know, some stupid kid in Africa's lifetime. Boom, we shot him in the back of the head once the economy came back, and then the American government can then legally claim that.
Yeah, true. Exactly.
It is a factual statement.
Very factual
once
statement.
In a lifetime.
All it requires is mass slaughter. But when's that ever stopped us?
Mass slaughter, one African child every 14 years. That's nothing. That's rookie numbers.
That's right. Gotta get the industrial complexes, the military industrial complexes numbers going.
Well, I mean, yeah, that's isekai for y'all.
Yeah. I remembered all that right now because I had completely forgot about it. I don't know how.
Flowing.
Yeah.
Post.
Anyways, on something less weeby.
Huh?
Less weeby.
What do you mean?
Less weeb-y.
Wait, what?
We're moving on to something less.
Oh yeah. Sorry.
Moving on
I
to
didn't
something
hear
less
the first part.
weeby.
I didn't hear the first part because you just get. All I heard was less weeby, and I was like, huh? Am I having a stroke right now?
You brought it up. What?
Yeah. Okay.
Right.
And now we are moving on to something less weeby. Jesus, you're the animals.
Yeah.
Howling together. So
Howling at the moon.
Post Endgame Marvel haters. Obviously, very, very obviously, Marvel is not dead. It is far from
thriving.
Dead. It is, if anything.
Thriving.
Obviously, again, it's not at its peak, because right now its peak has been Endgame, because, you know, how do you beat that? How do you beat all of a 10-year storyline, you know? Yeah. But it is still thriving because they've got a bunch of new storylines and everything mixing in together. I know people are like, yeah, but like, did you see them twerking as a joke in a post-credit scene? Alan was like that, right?
Why?
Wait. Listen. This is great. This is a great example. Alan was literally like, oh, why are they twerking though? That's stupid. And then I was like, watch it. It's actually really funny. And then he watched all of She-Hulk and was like, you know, in context, the twerking was hilarious. And I was like,
fucking vindicated.
Yes. I was like, that is all I needed to hear. Thank you very much.
Vindication.
I'm not going to yell into your guys' ears. But
I will. That's my job here.
Yeah, but seriously, like, when you watch things for the context that they are, as I've said time and time again, we're not making Citizen Kane with every movie. We're not expecting to be like, oh, so love, what are you gonna be doing there? Like, oh, I'm the invisible gal. Who are you? You know, like.
And also, no one would want that. So let's be honest.
Exactly.
How many people have actually
a
seen Citizen
seri-
Kane?
Yeah, a serious, long, slow burn of a movie that leads to ultimately nothing. Like,
Yeah,
she
yeah,
leaves on the
like-
plane, Rosie. Okay, cool. Like,
Not every good movie is like needed to be watched. Like, not everyone's gonna like every movie, even if it's good.
yeah,
It doesn't
And
matter.
standards change.
Yeah,
Like, that's the
yeah.
whole thing. You know, you're gonna be watching a movie and there's blackface in it. And people are like, but no, it's a really good movie, and you're like, well,
good.
you know, but it's a radical.
Yeah,
That's a
yeah,
radical
yeah.
example, but you get what I mean.
Yeah.
When you're watching these movies in the context that they're presented to you as, you know, American isekai, where they're escapism fantasy,
fake-
where you're like hero's journey, etc.
Weird shit.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so-
yeah. It's gonna hit a little bit different if you want to see that. Compared, like, if you want to see something like that, and then someone puts on Citizen Kane, you're gonna be like,
Exactly. Yeah.
I'm going home.
Yeah. So I keep seeing this every single time a new series is announced or a new series drops. They go, Marvel is dead. And this proves it. Look at the numbers of this, and then you can tell that Marvel has fallen off and it is no longer good. It's like, do you know how hyped I am to see Kang in Ant-Man
Right?
3?
Oh.
Like, I got fucking chills seeing
I know
him.
it's a long shot rumor,
Song. What you got?
but I heard that Iron Lad is gonna be in it.
Iron Lad?
Yeah, because
No
it's another
idea.
version of Kang.
Oh, well, so here's the thing. Theory time real quick on our Marvel haters sidebar.
Let's go.
Ant-Man, I think that there are two Kangs in the trailer because here's my theory. He's like, you're the only one who can steal this from me, right? Because it's a heist. He's gonna steal it from the other Kang that's also in the quantum realm. You know, that's what I think.
That's
I
why
think.
he's the only one who can go, because he needs to traverse it.
But not just that, because
Oh, we know, but
Kang
they're
can't
already in
steal
there.
from Kang,
Yeah, yeah.
and he doesn't know who Ant-Man is. He doesn't know Ant-Man's intentions. You get me? So let's say he shows up and he's like, "Hey, I'm stuck here. I need some help," and then he steals it, and he's like, "Goodbye, Step Kang," because he's stuck. You know, like.
Wait,
it's
if you're a future version of Kang, you should be able
You're
to
an
steal from a
alternate.
past version.
No,
of
you're an
Kang.
alternate version though, because you don't. You're alternate.
Wait,
they're
hold on,
they're
hold on, wait, so
multiversal.
did they
There's
change
different universes.
Kang's history here
No,
for the MCU.
So this is the great thing. I just finished rewatching the last Loki episode, right, where he talks about it, and he says there was a multiversal war because there's infinite variants of Kang, but then the not so good variants start fighting, and then that's what leads to the multiversal war. But then one Kang comes out on top. We saw one Kang come out on top again with the TVA. So, you know,
Yeah. So they changed his history in the way like Kang is produced. Because the thing with
Basically-
Kang is that, or at least from the comics, because apparently I misunderstood for this, is that like it's technically just one version of Kang all the way through. It's just that he lives for so long that there's different iterations of him, but they're all still him. They're still the same person. So like. From the start, you have like young Kang. He's Iron Lad. He helps out the Avengers and like does all that stuff. And then later he grows up. He becomes someone else. He becomes the guy who invented the first Human Torch. And then how do you call it? Yeah. Because like originally before Johnny Storm, there was this android that would like say flame on and shit, and he would like set
The
himself on
original
fire.
one,
He fought
okay.
with like Captain America and Namor, I think.
in the olden days.
Yeah, in the old days. And then he grows up, and then he becomes someone else. Blah 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 blah. And then he comes up. He becomes Kang, the Conqueror, the one from like 31st century. Then he grows up even further, and he becomes someone else. And then he grows up even further and becomes like some like huge big deal or whatever.
I mean,
in
He
like
Who
the
Remains?
multiverse. No, not He Who Remains. It's someone else. I forgot his name, but he's literally just looks like a fucking wizard. You could basically just say he's He Who Remains. It doesn't particularly matter for the purposes of this conversation who exactly is. But
Yeah.
because the point is just that he becomes different people at different points in his life. It's just that he lives so long that he lives entire lifetimes as
Gotcha.
one
As
of
these
people.
iterations.
Yeah, as these
Okay.
iterations.
Okay, yeah. So because the way that he explained it, or He Who Remains explained it, was that there was many versions of him, and he's the one from the 31st century at the end of time, who had won, but then he gets killed, and then we see.
Yeah. Okay. So that's the difference.
yeah.
That's the difference that
Yeah.
this entire time I did not know was happening in the MCU.
Yeah.
Not gonna lie.
So you see this outfit that he has on, right? With like the little belt, the little traditional, right?
yeah.
And the helmet's basically just lighting up his face, or it's a
Like
visor. Who knows?
Pseudo Doctor Doom.
Yeah, basically, right?
Yeah,
So
yeah.
you see this outfit, right? It looks a little different from the next one. I don't think it's this one. I think it's the one at the end. I'm like scrubbing through the fucking. Let me see.
Yeah, I was gonna say just press it.
So no, I think it does still look similar to this one.
That
Yeah,
one
so
looks.
he
still
got
looks
his
similar.
belt, right? He got his belt and his helmet. But fucking it looks different to this one at the end, where he has like this thing. I don't know, man. Now that I'm looking at it again, I'm like,
It kind of looks similar. This one looks like a close up, more like less. Like I feel it's like the other one. Like okay, so let me say.
I don't see the. Oh, okay. Because I feel like I don't see the neck.
So
thing.
these two feel like two different versions of the same outfit. This one is more for like casual wear, like when you come greet visitors or something. This one looks like he's more prepared. Like, oh, this is my
for
armor.
battle?
I'm gonna go fight now.
Maybe.
Yeah, like more combat oriented. This one's more just like.
But because I mean, you see, right?
ceremonial type.
Like this part is much
Yeah.
bigger here, and there's like the little armor. I guess.
Yeah,
like you
but
said.
it looks like it's
But
made
that
out of
one's just-
completely different material. Like this
That's-
looks cloth.
But that's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
maybe
yeah.
why it's that. That was my theory on why it's two different kings. Because this one, it doesn't even look like his neck line is completely different from this, which goes down to like his chest. You know.
You
So-
know, hold on. You know what it could also be? You know what Marvel does sometimes? Like they don't show the scenes in
Oh, yeah,
order.
they edit them. They
They
edit them.
So this might not even look like that in there, or the other one might look like that one, or even others. This, I feel like maybe this takes place at the beginning of the film. This is when they're first entering. No?
So, did I ever show you the leaked trailer that came
No.
out? Oh, the leaked trailer. So we're not allowed to show it because it gets taken off YouTube pretty much immediately. Like the only thing, it was like on a Google Drive, right? But this scene, it's very misleading because of the first trailer. So the trailer that was shown at Comic or at D23 or whatever, right? The one they showed there, it's him having an extended discussion with him, right? And he's like, so I need you to do a heist, because they never talk about the heist here, right?
Oh, I did read about the heist. Yeah.
Okay,
Well,
so-
not read about it, but like I messaged in the chat about the heist.
Yes,
So
so-
I'm glad that all three of them are heist movies.
Oh yeah, because you did see the trailer.
Yeah,
Then I sent the link.
yeah.
So in that one, he specifically says, he's like, "You've messed with me. I'm an Avenger." He's like, "An Avenger? Haven't I killed you before?" Which means that he's fucking killed Avengers already in his timeline.
Yeah.
So who knows what timeline he's in? Well, he's there in the quantum realm, which we know is outside of space and time, technically, because they use it to time travel. But he says when Ant-Man tries to resist, he blasts like Ant-Man back, and he's holding him back, and then he's like, "You're out of your league, Ant-Man." So this is closer to like the end of the movie when he's already in there with his daughter, because the daughter has the armor. Because in the beginning, the daughter doesn't have any armor. When they initially get sucked in,
Yeah,
but
I
eventually
remember
do get
also
armor.
asking like, why does his daughter have Hope's wasp armor?
Yeah, so I have a feeling she's probably gonna die. Like
I hope not.
I know, but
Scott just got happy.
also,
Fuck.
well, sorry, I was thinking Janet.
Janet
Van
Van Dyne.
Janet is the
Janet
one,
Van Dyne
because
would,
Hope's
yeah.
is look, and then you see all this. I'm like, what
Infinite
the
versions
fuck
of
is
Scott.
this?
Infinite
what is
versions
this?
of Ant-Man.
What is this? Is in the
Ant-Man
actual
as
trailer.
ants.
I know, but I'm like, because right here he tells him, I can give you more time, which is probably that he's trying to bargain, those 5 years lost, he can give them back to him by putting him in a timeline where he never disappeared, or where when he got sucked out, he puts him in that timeline so he can then live it out,
Yeah.
or whatever. But like, you see this thing looks also like the orb that he was putting down in the very beginning, when he's like, it's like, there's something I didn't tell you, and then he's like, that, like, it looks similar to that. And you see this too. This also doesn't look. This version of Kang.
Wait, so do we know what time this takes place during?
This is after Endgame, presumably.
This
because,
after Endgame?
Yeah,
Okay. Yeah.
'Cause-
Wait, fuck. I'm stupid. Yeah.
Yeah. Because remember, they came back, etc., etc.
Yeah. All that jazz.
Yeah. So,
Like the daughter's older now, obviously. Yeah.
but and then like the lines are like scratches in his eyes and whatnot instead of like the armor. But yeah, I see it. I'm telling you, I think these are two different versions of him. But also, it's kind of cool. He's writing on like the little energy thing, kind of Reed Richards, Reed Richards energy thing. Imagine if his dad comes out there, like his black dad, and he's like, "It's me, Reed Richards, like the black version or whatever." Because again, there's an infinite number of those. But yeah, that was my theory as to why they're not that he's gonna try and steal from another king.
Yeah,
in there, because also he's coming down from like.
A young Kang is probably going to try to steal from an older Kang, which is kind of
or other way around. No, wouldn't you say the other way around? Well, yeah, because the younger one wouldn't be expecting it. The older one would, because the older one would be like, "I did it when I was a kid."
Oh, true.
You know,
true.
And this, I don't know. I feel like this is like he's hiding out somewhere versus him in like the middle of the town square or whatever. You know. I don't know. That's kind of the vibes I got also from the other trailer.
The other trailer,
They're kind of like in a little hole. It doesn't look like anything official or anything. You know. But yeah, that's how hyped I am for Ant-Man.
Yeah.
Because you can't say like, oh, there's a noticeable decline in quality, and it's like, no, there's a noticeable decline in your hype for the content.
I don't even think that, because like
No, for the haters. That's
why. I don't even think that. I think the haters just always hated Marvel, because if I kind of cast my mind back a little bit, there's always been issues surrounding certain castings. There's always been issues about stuff. Like, all these people that I see right now hating on it have always been the people that are like, oh, MCU. And it's like, it's always been, it's still always those people. It's ex-Gamergators.
Yes, I just saw a post where they're like, oh, here's a list of all the problematic castings or like shitty movies or whatever. And it was like WandaVision, fucking Captain Marvel, She-Hulk, and they're like, what is the correlation I'm seeing?
Yeah.
It's like all the women, and it's like,
I think like a lot of like the haters, they're just being a little bit more vocal right now. They're trying to get back up their momentum using the MCU rather than like games and stuff. But it's literally just ex-Gamergators, I feel, or people who would be right at home with Gamergators. Like, legit, it's so hard for me to like from somewhere like I don't already know, like, you know, generally how they touch subjects, to like trust a negative review on like an MCU film, because it's just all these fucking Gamergators that are like MCU is, you know, ruining cinema by showing one pixel of blackness on the screen, you know.
Or they're like, why do they call her She-Hulk? Why did she get her own name, which they made fun of in the show? So it's there's not an obvious decline in quality. The only thing I would say is some of the acting in and then Ms. Marvel.
Marvel.
There was a couple moments in the acting of Ms. Marvel where I'm like, it kind of shows that it's her first time acting.
Yeah. Well, I mean, they are also kids.
Yeah.
It's not.
Well, that's okay. I hate the argument that they're kid actors. It's like, dude, have you seen like the kid in the striped pajamas? Like, there's a kid acting the shit out of being like in a drama, and you know, like, acting as a kid in this Nazi era World War II film, right?
Yeah.
And you can't tell me like, oh, this 17, she was like 20 when they filmed, this 20-year-old. I guess she's acting like an awkward kid or whatever, but there were sometimes I was like, ooh, all right. Kind of like with Black Adam. That was another one of my critiques. But I'm like, who the fuck is this kid? Like, there were moments in Black Adam, same thing with a child actor, where he was like, Mom, no. And then at the end, when he's supposed to be like giving all this like insightful stuff, he just goes, everybody, come together, we can save this place. Like it really fell flat in the third act, his acting, and I don't even know why, because it was like, when I saw it again, because I saw it a second time, I was like, okay, it wasn't as bad as I remember.
I will say this, I like all put together, Miss Marvel is one of the shows that, you know, it's kind of whatever.
It's a little weaker.
It's a little weaker
than all the other ones.
Like, just for example, it took because like me and my girlfriend watch these like together once they come out, right? Yeah. We watch them the Tuesday after they come out, because they always come out like after the last Tuesday.
Yeah.
And so how do you call it? And from when we watched the first episode of Miss Marvel on day one, and it was cool, and I was hyped. I generally speaking, I liked it. I was a bit confused about some things, but generally pretty positive, you know. And then we just now finished it like 2 weeks ago or something. Like, it's been forever since we watched it. We watched the entirety of what's come out since then. Basically, all the other shows that's come out since
Werewolf
then.
by Night.
We watched Werewolf by Night.
Nice.
Well, I watched Werewolf by Night. She didn't want to watch Werewolf by Night because she doesn't like horror too much, and she didn't want to see the gore
really...
at the end.
What gore?
There's a little bit of gore at the end.
There was like, I guess when he gets his arm cut off, but like the blood is like in a black and white effect. It's not like gore.
Well, because it's the effect.
She would hate Terrifier 2 then. Terrifier 2 is so bloody and gory that it, quote, made someone throw up, and another quote, made someone's friend pass out after the film. Like she would be one of those people, right?
She would be
That'd
one of
be
those
like,
people.
No, and then bleh.
Maybe not to that extent, but yeah, definitely. I could see it. Because we were watching for Halloween.
Terrifier 2 is basically a snuff film. That's why.
Okay.
It's basically a snuff film.
Because how do you call it? Okay, because like look, for Halloween, I was sick, right? So I couldn't go see her. We couldn't do anything cute. So I was here stuck at home. We decided to watch a horror movie together.
Yeah.
We actually decided to watch a horror series together.
Mm-hmm.
We decided to watch the Jason series, and so we started at movie 1. Friday the 13th. Mm-hmm. Every time a scary moment where one of them was about to die would come on, she'd like close her eyes, put her head under the blanket. She does not like horror, and that's like the 1980s like horror thing. Like
like the cheesy one,
the cheesy horror where it's like,
like The Thing. Would she not want to watch The Thing?
Probably not.
Because I know the practical effects are pretty like awesome. I mean, like really.
I don't know if she would. She would generally want to watch it. She likes the surrounding story.
Mm-hmm.
It's just those specific horror gory parts that she doesn't like.
So like this.
Yeah.
Where he's like
that where he's touching his own fucking brain. Yeah. Like she doesn't like that.
Yeah. So I don't even know how, but 12 hours ago they seem to have uploaded the entire film onto YouTube. So this is definitely a no then, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Definitely not.
Yeah. This thing was like,
oh, dude,
I know
that got me. What the fuck?
And dude, no.
It gets me. It makes me act like that.
I'm so used to it, I guess. But like,
okay, that part was just weird. That part was just kind of funny. Not gonna lie.
Dude, he's hilarious in this film. Like, okay, not like it's like not a black comedy either. But he doesn't say a single word in the entire movie. But honestly, should I just send you a YouTube link so you can watch? I mean, it's 2 hours long.
Yeah,
but
it's 2 hours long.
But it's like, it was pretty good in that he was terrifying without ever having to say a single word.
Oh,
I know, right?
Does he have like okay, wait, what's the lore? Is he like super strong or something?
He was resurrected by a demon. He's a killer resurrected by a demon. Classic,
yeah. It's a Spawn classic.
Yeah, people shoot at him and stuff, and he doesn't die. And this is fucking hilarious, dude. Like seriously, this was some of like. When I first watched it, at first I was like, okay, but on thinking back on the stuff that's going on, like, look, do you see this man? He's gonna do his fucking laundry. It's the middle of the night. The sirens are the juxtaposition of him just casually doing his laundry.
Yeah, this is supposed to be funny. Like what?
Yeah, like it's.
I think this is a dark comedy or a black comedy, like Barry.
I wouldn't say that.
Barry on HBO Max.
No, because this has much less humor. It's just his mannerisms are pretty.
But I think it's supposed to be light like that. Like this is too comedic for it to not be intentional.
Oh no! I'm saying it is 100% intentional, but like there's like
what?
he stabs her. Well, he stabs the guy. And whatnot.
Yeah, I think this definitely falls into that camp.
Yeah, but there were also moments where like. Oh yeah, she's just burning some shit. But the actress, the mom, she was kind of dog shit sometimes because she was doing like Shakespeare levels of acting when it's like tone it down. You get me? Like she's yelling at one of the kids, and the kid's like, "Mom, why are you doing this?" And she's like, "No!" Like I swear, dude, I almost started cracking up. My girl was getting mad at me.
Wait, but I think that's supposed to be on purpose. Like
yes. No. Like, so not the. I don't think the acting was on purpose.
Yeah, I think that makes it funnier. Like it's supposed to have an element of comedy. I
don't think that part was supposed to be funny though, because that was like a serious moment.
Oh, okay.
But the whole thing here is like pretty. It's pretty creepy when they're like. I know, right? The fucking.
It's just colorful cereal.
And then, I mean, again, it's a. It's like in murder, and then puts
murdering all the fucking kids.
And then like there's some supernatural stuff too, where she's like, I mean, again, he's resurrected by a demon, but where she's like, she's gonna get a sword and like stop him or whatever, and then they're like playing with like a dead rabbit or a dead possum, which I'm pretty sure she probably wouldn't like.
Yeah, no.
I mean, it's not.
I don't like that. Like,
I was like,
fuck.
obviously it's not real, but yeah, the little possum and stuff.
No, that's that slime part where like it extends out and you see like the fucking like.
Dude, I watched this in theaters.
Yeah,
I know.
fuck no.
It was nuts.
Hell nah. That's gross.
Yeah, it was pretty long. Oh, but this is fucking hilarious. Where she's like being stalked by someone dressed as the killer, because in the previous movie he's dead, right? Because he was just a killer. Like, that's fucking hilarious.
Yeah.
This part is supposed to be funny. But it's also unsettling because she's actually panicking, and he's just like fucking around. He doesn't say a single word, and he's just like.
This part looks like it belongs on Not Another Scary Movie or some shit.
Honestly,
it's literally just.
Yeah, and then has a little noisemaker and stuff.
Yeah.
But he's like torturing her because he knows, and he's like, "Sir, stop it." But like when he's like, the funniest part too, when he goes, "Sir," and then he just stops blowing the thing and he goes back, and he's like, "Beep, sir," and then. Right? Funniest shit ever, dude. Yeah. Hit,
Yeah,
like
this is supposed to be on not like a parody movie, not Scream. What was it called?
and then look.
Ooh, yeah. Ah.
I don't know. Maybe I'm too desensitized to this. I've seen too many horror movies. Oh wait. Oops, you missed it. You missed the best part. There we go. Yeah.
Okay.
A lot of
That just
effects.
looks like licorice.
Yeah.
That was a bad practical effect.
I know.
That looked like licorice.
It's all practical effects. But yeah, we're basically watching the entire movie right in the first hour. Like you already understand the gist of it.
Yeah, I get it.
And then she's like, "Oh my god, he's gonna kill me."
I think it's supposed to be funny. Wait, what were we talking about to get onto this?
So basically,
I legitimately don't remember what we were talking about to get onto Terrifier. Oh yeah, my girlfriend doesn't like
gore.
the gore stuff. Yeah. And everyone has their own level. Hers is just lower. Yeah, so that's why we didn't watch Werewolf by Night together. But I did.
Yes.
I did. I thoroughly enjoyed it.
Great.
Even my dad, who hates the Marvel and basically he thinks, like, my dad unironically believes that any movie made after like 1996 or something is bad.
I feel like you told me this before.
Like it cannot be good. It's like by virtue of being past that date, it cannot be good.
That's hilarious. My dad did not watch Loki because he was like, "Oh, it's just a spin-off. I thought it was just gonna be him having adventures or something." And I was like, "No," because he saw WandaVision. He was like, he loved it. He saw Moon Knight. He loved Moon Knight.
I remember watching it with your dad. Yeah, he loved it. I fucking loved it too. It's
and then
so
I was
good.
like, "You haven't seen Loki?" Because he likes Ant-Man a lot. I'm not gonna say it's like his favorite character because I don't know. I should probably ask him like, who's your favorite Marvel character, right? But because he always brings up Ant-Man. And so I was telling him like, "Oh, look at the Ant-Man thing," and then he's like, "Who's that?" At the end, I was like, "Oh, it's Kang." He's like this and this, and I explained to him, and I was like, "Do you remember from Loki?" He's like, "No, I never watched Loki," and I was like, "What?" And then I show him the first episode of Loki, right? And he's like, "Huh?" Like it's
I'm getting there
at the first half, right? Because you know how there's a lot of like that whole like he's a variant, you're doing all this stuff, right?
It's a lot of world building.
Yeah, and then at the end where it's like the variant we're hunting is a Loki, and then my dad was like, "I'm watching this."
Oh
yeah.
I'm ready now.
He was like, "What?" And then
Instantly has popcorn cooked. Like, dude, we're ready to go.
And then we watched the episode up until where it reveals it's Sylvie, right? And he took it off, and my dad was like, "What? It's a girl, Loki. It's a woman." Yeah, and I was like. And he was like, "How is that?" He's like, "Why is that? Why is that?" And I'm like, "No, we gotta keep watching it. No spoilers."
That was such a good fucking movie.
It was.
Dude, I love that so fucking much.
Hyped.
It's so
great.
Good. So good.
But yeah, so now my dad's gonna enjoy that. So he'll have He Who Remains fresh in his mind when he goes to watch Ant-Man.
Yeah.
And I'm like, it's perfect. Because I told you, the trailer got me so hyped that I went back and watched all of his scenes again. Well, watch the last episode again because of how good he is in that. And it's like, when he's like, "Grow up, Sylvie, murderer, hypocrite," and I was like,
that hurts.
But him just being so nonchalant in the other trailer where he's like, "Haven't I killed you before?" It gets hard to remember after all this time. And it's like, he's killed Avengers before in his timeline. Exactly. He is Kang the Conqueror for a reason. He's running the TVA, or one of his variants is running the TVA.
One of his variants, yeah.
We're not gonna know.
Wait, hold on. Do you think that, like, by the time he gets to be the One Who Remains, he'll remember the past version of the One Who Remains?
No, because they're different versions. Remember, we're using multiverse people. Because He Who Remains, also set up the Time Elders and whatever.
Yeah,
and did
Well, that was all fake. The TVA was entirely fake. It
no,
was
no,
just
the TVA wasn't fake. It actually was keeping things in check, but it was keeping other Kangs in check.
no, but his thing was
The timekeepers were fake.
yeah. No, well, the whole thing about it, like the whole mythos of the TVA was fake.
Yeah.
Like even their express purpose was fake. The real
Yeah.
purpose was
to stop any
similar
other
but
Kangs.
different.
Yeah.
Similar but different. Yeah.
To stop any other Kangs. But I mean, to be fair, it did make sense because he was keeping the timeline stable up until that point, and if Loki and Sylvie had gone together and
Well, the timeline was
ruled
never
the
in
TVA,
danger.
it is because there will be all-out multiversal war. He explains this.
Yeah.
He goes, there will be all-out multiversal
Yeah, but the timeline
war.
would be fine.
No, because reality
The
itself,
structure of because the
reality
point,
itself
hold
is in
on, hold on.
danger.
Hold on. No, wait, why? Where?
He says
Reality
reality was
itself is
going
in
to
danger?
be destroyed because of the multiversal war. He said
Oh.
it. That's the whole point of keeping. That's why he told them, I don't have to do this. You guys can be in charge of it. I'm old. Like I look a lot older than I'm sorry. I'm a lot older than I look.
Yeah.
And I'm tired, man. You know. But if you kill me, then you're gonna unleash havoc, and that's why you see like the branches forming, because that's chaos starting to happen as it's unchecked, which is again looping, and then you see Kang leading, but we don't know which Kang this is.
Yeah.
Because he even said, "See you soon," when he gets stabbed. What kind of fucking alpha giga Chad just goes, huh, you stabbed me? I'll see you in a bit. And then that's why Sylvie was like, when she kills him, she sees everything start to crackle, and then she's like, oh shit, he was right.
Yeah.
But it's too late, you dumb cunts. Like, oh.
Yeah.
But again, you know, her motivations, she's been chased
Yeah.
her whole life, etc.
It makes sense that she would kill him. It makes sense.
Yeah.
It makes sense.
Okay, not justified, sorry, but it does make sense.
Yes,
Understandable.
yes.
How did I say?
Understandable.
Understandable, Sylvie.
Understandable. It's called good character building.
Exactly. Conflict and growth and mistakes and stuff.
Now that's wow, what did the fucking 13th Doctor say? Fuck.
Now that's a kidney.
No, that's a kid. No,
I
it's
don't know.
it's like I don't know. No, that's like character development or some shit.
Now that's character development.
I don't know. It was something. It was some weird like fourth wall shit that didn't really work. It was
Yeah, I
cringy,
don't know.
not good.
I don't know, but
So good.
yeah. So in conclusion,
Loki, so good.
Marvel is far from dead. People go, I stopped watching after Endgame ended. And it's like, so you missed out on Spider-Man?
Yeah,
You missed out on
yeah.
the multiverse? You're missing out on Loki?
Miss out
WandaVision?
on Matt Murdock.
Multiverse
Can't miss
of
out on
Madness.
can't miss out on the homie Matt Murdock.
My
How you
dude,
gonna miss out on Matt Murdock?
Murdock. Mayor Melville. Exactly. That's a good one. So we'll go to is Twitter dead?
Anyways,
is Twitter
okay.
dead?
It's Twitter dead because we know YouTube's not. YouTube's
Yeah.
not going anywhere.
Yeah. Sorry, I'm just gonna burp.
It smells
Is
like pot roast. No.
Twitter dead. Is Twitter dead? What do you think? Twitter dead?
Twitter's definitely okay. I wouldn't say dead. I'd say it's dying.
It is.
It's on life
dying
support.
right
It's
now.
on life support.
It has got stage 4 cancer right now. No, I'll say stage 3, where it's very aggressive, but it's still
Yeah,
reversible.
true.
Because to be fair, like Elon Musk fired the board of shareholders, and now he's
Dude,
banning comedians for being
begging.
comedians.
He's this dude
Please
is just
pay dollars for the check mark, please.
dude
Please.
is down bad.
Oh, he's down horrendous.
Horrendously bad. Dude. My
Dude.
Dude, how down bad do you gotta be and fuck up so hard that you have to be both down bad in public and in private as well? Like
Yeah.
this dude was out here begging for $8. He was begging other millionaires for $8. This is
Holy
you wanna know
shit.
what this is? This is when during that one Treehouse of Horror in The Simpsons, where what's that the old dude's Burns, where Burns is like telling a story about how because like in the Billionaires Club, right? And he's like telling a story about how he lost a bunch of money like
Yeah.
making a football game,
And
or
then
whatever.
they calculate it,
and
like,
they're like,
you're
no
a
longer a
billionaire.
billionaire. They kick his ass down to the
You're
millionaire
only a
section.
millionaire, and there's like a bunch of people who like won the lottery, and
Yeah.
they're like, I made a fortune after slipping on pee-pee at the Costco or something, you know? Yeah.
Fucking shit, dude. It's so funny. I want Twitter to survive because it is one of the few platforms where you can call people out. Like you can call Kroger out there on there. You can call out like other people who have Twitter accounts. It's like a big form of like social media. Like a big form of interaction between corporations, public image, and individuals. So if if you go trending on Twitter because you have child slaves, that that's a very public, very bad negative image.
Yeah. Child slaves, that's pretty
bad. Like, but you get what I mean, right?
Yeah,
It's like one of the main forms of like acknowledging and publicizing when a company's done something wrong.
Mhm.
But I also like seeing Elon fail so much.
Hell yeah.
It gives me a hard on now.
It's great. Honestly, dude, seeing him lose billions of dollars in value.
Because of a stupid impulse purchase
Yes.
too. He unironically did the midnight, like, oh, I can afford this within the month, and it bought like a $10,000 thing.
Not even that. He could have bought it. He could have continued to have it be successful. But he's mismanaging it.
Because he's prideful.
Yes,
He's prideful.
'cause he's
Here's
so
the thing about rich people.
Stupid. He hasn't invented shit. Mr. I work 100 hours a week because I'm autistic. No, you haven't
Fucking
invented
retard.
anything.
Like
10 years ago, he promised us we'd be on Mars.
today. Yeah,
We
yeah.
are not on
Fucking-
Mars.
We're barely sending test flights.
Exactly.
No,
continue.
you're good. Like, it's just more shit on Elon because, dude, why do his fanboys have to like dick ride him so
Suck
hard
his nuts
when he's
so
done
hard.
nothing? Like,
So hard.
here's the thing. Rich people on average are shit. They're not really smart. It's this issue that we've had in recent times where we've mixed genius to be all encompassing. Genius was supposed to mean you're good at one specific thing only, and now, if you excel in one area, society expects you that if you're genius at one thing, you have to be a genius at everything else. Like, no matter what you do, you have to be smart and top level at it. When
It's
that's
like-
just simply not true. Elon Musk was lucky that he was born with
Emerald Mine
parents
in apartheid.
and in apartheid Africa, and that he's good at noticing a good company when it's coming up.
Not even that. He got lucky. How many other .coms went out of business, but it wouldn't have mattered in the end because he would still have money because he's
True,
rich.
he would have
That's
still
the
had
other
money. Yeah,
thing.
yeah, yeah.
Same thing with Bezos.
He's mildly decent at one thing, which is
Yeah.
moving money around.
At getting lucky.
While
while being rich.
While being rich.
Get lucky
Yeah,
while being
Get
rich.
lucky while being
That's a
rich.
skill.
But like, he's mildly good at this one thing. Like at the end of the day, he did make $1 billion
money.
to become one of the richest people. So generally, society expects him to also be good at everything else. And guess what happens when you're that rich? You can afford to not have anyone contradict you.
Straight up.
You can afford to have nothing but yes men that surround you 24/7.
Sounds a lot like Putin.
Like
where they're
Putin.
all afraid of telling him things.
Yeah.
Like Stalin, basically.
It's because we never actually left the monarchy. We just switched it off into the private sector. But that's a
Yep.
conversation that I'm not willing to have. No.
Oh, I'm willing to have it. I'm willing to have it on the stairs of the White House.
Let's go.
But, yeah,
right now, let's kidnap Walter from Korea.
Go. We'll kidnap him back on a 13-hour flight back.
Yeah, exactly. No, but like,
Yeah.
how do you call it? And so Elon Musk, because take SpaceX for example.
Yeah.
He knows he's not smart enough. Like in there, he can't do something. When he tries, he fails. That's why he generally leaves the majority, not all of it, but the majority of the work to his engineers, to like the other smart people below him, because it's a technical skill. But guess what isn't a technical skill? Technically, policy making. So guess what happens when policies, which are basically just words and rules you put down on a piece of paper, is a job responsibility that someone that's rich, that is also, whose job is basically also to just put words on a piece of paper.
Yeah,
He automatically thinks he's good at it.
Yes.
And no one is there to tell him no.
Yep.
And there's no way for him to realize he's doing bad until it's too late.
Let me show you this video of a YouTuber calling him out on something, and then his brain fries, and then he's like, oh, I didn't think of it. Look.
You don't even need a cold gas thruster system. You already have hot gas.
But this is only for the booster, right?
Yes. Although arguably, now you mention it, we might be wise to do this for the ship too. Thanks. Now that we're gonna fix that.
Jeez.
Did you see his brain fucking fry when he was like, although arguably, and him throwing out a word like that makes me think of him as like Ben Shapiro type of like word salad that they just spew out words. Like, well,
It's
hypothetically,
just,
if you could, the fast talking argument thing.
It's not even that. It's what's it called? It's buzzwords.
Yeah,
They're not.
yes,
He's not saying
yes,
anything. It's
yes,
just buzzwords.
yes, yes.
It's just like yes, crypto with the internets and the giga, like the but did you,
Yeah.
nothing.
Did
nothing.
he
It's like someone in like the 90s being like, yes, it comes with a device that operably controls a point and click thing on your screen. Like literally nothing. Literally saying nothing.
Did he have to say arguably? No.
No.
He was like, well, because arguably you could yeah, oh, okay, yeah, good idea. And it's like,
So goddamn stupid. So stupid.
And he's just taking other
and
people's
no, you know what makes it
credit.
worse? You know what's very like what you did Caesar. I feel like I'm looking at myself in high school. Like it's like, oh yes, I definitely know all there is to know about X, Y, and Z.
Yeah, the mitochondria is the powerhouse of the cell, and arguably you could say it's the most important part of the cell.
Yeah.
And if you can name a more important part, go ahead. I'd like to listen. And then fucking
It makes sense why like all of his like fanboys are like 16.
yes, because it's those kind of people that are like,
Yeah.
but I'm just like him. I'm misunderstood.
Yeah, it's like, oh look, someone with like my non-personality is super mega rich and famous and successful.
Yeah.
That means I will be too.
Yeah, like
Dude.
they're thinking. But if I talk like he talks, everyone will think I'm smart just like him.
Yeah. It's like,
Sure.
no, you all look stupid.
Sure. Let's say this. Let's say he is intelligent in some field, because
Yeah.
as far as I know, I don't know what he's even contributed to other than destroying most of union
The
busting
industry.
and destroying the industry and fucking it up and anti-consumer. And remember his like, I have a tunnel here and this tunnel is so much better than Amtrak, so the Amtrak bid went away, and instead of having trains, we now have a tunnel, a single concrete tunnel that if one car breaks down in, everybody dies.
Fucked. No, it's even worse than that, because he admitted earlier this year that was a lie.
Yes, that's my point. That's my point.
That the tunnel he had no intention of building a tunnel. He had no intention of doing anything.
He just straight up lied.
Literally just lied.
Grifting.
Literally lied in order to
Bad
prevent better public transport. Because then it would
have made his stuff
Tesla
irrelevant.
car irrelevant.
Yes.
Because the better the public transportation, the less people are likely to buy Teslas. Why? Because they can afford
Exactly.
good public transportation that won't get them late.
Exactly.
Like if I could take a train, like imagine like when you were doing here. Imagine if you could instead of a bus, you took a train from like here down to fucking Atlantic. That's so much easier and better, more convenient. Like a
Or-
trolley system that operates every like 10 to 15 minutes.
Or how about, let's say the bus actually shows up on time,
Yeah.
with an efficient system,
Yeah.
because like Japan has very efficient bus and railway systems.
Yes, yeah. But public transit is
Yes.
all encompassing. It's like like because we used to have like a good public transit system. Like the trolley system was always on time. Well, almost
Generally,
always.
yeah,
Generally
generally
on
on
time.
time.
It was basically almost always on time. You would hop on it. It would drive slow enough that you could hop off of it. If you needed, so that it wouldn't have to stop. It would just keep concurrently running, and one would pass by every 10 to 15 minutes. Imagine every 10 to 15 minutes you always have a.
Oh my God,
a
yeah,
thing
you're
there.
right. The
Like,
trolleys and HP and stuff.
Yeah. And
It's all
like,
bringing back 18th century memories.
yeah, legit. Like we had it. Like recently, we had like a celebration of HP, and the trolley system was painted on one of the things. It's one of the few photos of HP from then.
Yeah.
Like, it's just like having a robust public transportation system is just, I don't know, what you're supposed to do. I don't know, and it's anti-car. Public transportation is inherently anti-car because it take up more space. It makes it harder for cars
They had
to operate.
streetcars and stuff.
Yeah.
That's so cool.
Yeah.
Streetcar named the J car. HP 1962. Oh, good times. Look at that. Oh, yeah, the railway ran through Pacific and stuff. Look how perfect that is, because literally
Yeah,
you're going through the town center, basically. Shut the fuck up, Pinterest.
yeah, fucking Pinterest. Why don't you just use fucking Brave? It automatically blocks all the ads.
Well, no. It's not an ad
All
from
the
Pinterest.
goddamn
I'm just trying
Pinterest
to.
ads.
There we go. So yeah, open up image. But yeah, like it's all these things.
Yeah,
that
yeah. You see the robust public transportation
side by
system.
side with the cars, not
Yeah.
even bothering anything. Pianos, organs,
And you would say,
stuff.
like, dude, imagine, because like it's supposed to be like the town square. You're supposed to get to it easily. Like I'm supposed to be able, like the city is set up so that I'm supposed to be able to walk out of my house and get to HP, like into like Pacific, within like 5-10 minutes. Like I just go walk down the street to the block, pick up the trolley get picked up on there. Get to Pacific, do my shopping, come back. Easy as
Yeah.
pie. Right now, it's like a 30-minute walk, 40-minute walk just to get there. Like,
Yeah.
that's not conducive to industry. You waste so much time in transit. It's literally the dumbest thing. But guess what? Car manufacturers love their money. The less robust a public transportation system, the more money car manufacturers get. And the more money the city can get, because then any mishap is your responsibility since it's with your car. You know, parking tickets if you park somewhere for too long. You know, if you park where you're not supposed to park. If if everything is crowded and you have to drop someone off, you know, like haphazardly right there, like in the middle of the street, like at a red light or something. You know, that's a ticket right there. You know, just more ways for for money to exchange hands. That's not the general populace.
Yeah. Also, it's so funny. This guy says, "Photo dump, Huntington Park. What a great city. It is so influenced by Mexican culture." And the top comment: "Los Angeles was in fact a city of Mexico. The border crossed us."
Yeah.
But it's like, yeah, like what? This person, their name's Tony. This person clearly has no idea of any of the history of HP, because like, or even just the demographics, like. It's so influenced by Mexican culture. Well, no shit.
It's a Mexican. It's like a Hispanic city. Basically,
it is literally
it's a large
a
portion
Hispanic hub.
city. Like most of the city council is Hispanic. Although to be fair, like that's not fucking. I hate it. Like recently, leaked audio from the LA City Council was fucking racist as shit.
Oh, I remember.
It's like why do you have to give my race a bad name?
Yeah, I don't know. It's a bad name on all of us.
Yeah.
Because. Well, okay, I'm not gonna say on all of us, just on the leaders, on the leadership, because they're like
leadership. But they
like,
do
they're
represent.
supposed to be better than us, you know.
They represent us, like our race,
Yeah.
implicitly on the largest scale. Like if they do something bad, it does end up reflecting bad on the rest of us.
Because then you go, see, I knew Mexicans were like that or whatever.
Yeah. Like take a look at it from like just a regular person. It's like, oh, look, they're racist against black people too.
At this point,
that's
Elon
it.
Musk is just an influencer.
Yeah,
he's just a tech
he's always
influencer.
Been that. He's always been a hype man. That's always been what he's
That's
been.
my point. He's barely a salesman. He's a grifter, because at least salespeople
He's definitely a grifter.
give results. You know, like you said, if he just fucking lies about stuff, and he's like, well, we don't need the rails here, and then we get no rails and whatnot.
Legitimately was just lying about that shit.
Yeah, so I don't know. It's I do think Twitter's gonna go down, but
Twitter is dying. Twitter's definitely dying.
he's banning comedians and
Yeah,
stuff. So.
fucking banned H3H3. That was
So
hilarious. When I saw
So
that shit was good.
Because of how he impersonated him.
Yeah.
He's like, oh, my buddy Jeffrey Epstein and whatnot. It's
Yeah.
funny shit ever.
Dude. Well, because he was pictured with him close enough.
And with Ghislaine Maxwell and whatnot. So.
Yeah. So
Speaking about liars, how's lying on TikTok?
dude,
What's
lying
that
on
about? Tell me
TikTok
what
is
that's about.
so easy. Like there's this
Why?
like thing right that happened
Well,
recently.
Let me just say, first of all, lying on TikTok, I'm not surprised at all, because there's so many times when they post blatant misinformation, it gets millions of views, and then there's like one comment with like 1,000 likes that says like, no, this isn't actually how you do it, but like the top one is like 23,000 where they're like, yeah, I fucking knew it since the beginning, you know, like they'll be like, did you know that most Jewish people actually run the banks? And then it just cuts off, right?
Yeah.
But it turns out, I found out, do you know why Jewish people run banks? Because they made Jewish people in the back in the days.
Yeah.
They made Jewish people be the bankers because other people from other religions couldn't charge interest. Like it was a whole thing.
It was even more than that. Technically speaking, banking was not considered a good or high quality skill that would earn a lot of revenue. So they forced all the Jewish people that they didn't consider a part of their community
like a
into
blue-collar
those
job.
jobs.
It was like a blue-collar job
It was
back
a
then.
blue-collar job that like didn't matter at all. And so then once we started switching over from mercantile more capitalism oriented systems, suddenly bankers became really, really important.
Of course.
And as a result,
Now it's like affluence.
it's literally because of like racism against anti-Semitism that they ended up being bankers, and now they're getting blamed for like being the victims of anti-Semitism. Like what the fuck?
And it's that same thing where it's like, do you know why so many Jewish people know how to do so many things, like, when they come over? Because they learn trades, because trades you can take with you and teach to your kids.
Yeah.
Versus, hey, the Nazis just took my house. What am I supposed to do? So they would learn trades while they were still over there, come over here and then teach those trades. That's why you see so many like fucking Giorgio Armani or whatever, all the old Jews or whatever that have like the Jewish, not Jewish, but Jewish people in like clothing and stuff like that, because that's what they know, because that's what their family had to learn because of the Nazis. Thank you, Nazis, for giving us Jewish skills in the US. I'll say that Nazis were underrated, man.
Oh god.
It's like that lobster misconception where they go, they used to feed prisoners lobster. I wish I was a prisoner in the 17th century. It's like the way they fed them was because lobsters were so abundant, they would get them, crush them up into a mulch, shell and all,
Yeah, yeah.
and then give them to feed them as gruel. It
was gruel.
cold, wet, crunchy gruel.
Yeah,
it wasn't
yeah.
like I've steamed
It was
this
in a
lobster
finely
to
cooked,
perfection.
steamed.
No.
Yeah.
And it's like they killed them in a horrific manner. So you know how like you have to kill them in like a certain manner so they don't go bad or whatever. So it probably tastes like shit anyway. You know, on top of being cold gruel, lobster gruel. So yeah, that's another misconception.
Yeah. It's just it's fucking
Lies.
horrible. Yeah. Lies by the Nazis.
So what are the
literally.
what are the lies you've been seeing on TikTok?
So even though we took a hard turn to Nazism and anti-Semitism
Underrated.
against Jewish people, I was gonna talk about how someone just said, "Oh, I got fired."
Wait, that's clearly a joke. Sorry, that's clearly before we continue. Before you just hear me say Nazis are underrated and then we move on. That's clearly
just
a
clip
joke.
that. You know,
Clearly a joke.
Future job
Clearly a
prospects destroyed.
Clearly a joke. Continue.
Clearly a joke. Yes, I kind of lost my train of thought.
Fuck.
No,
Lying on TikTok.
Lying on TikTok. It's relatively, not even relatively.
Easy.
It's
very
completely
easy.
different. Completely different level of severity. Someone just claimed that they were lying on TikTok. Someone was just like, "Oh, I got fired from Snapchat today," and it was supposed to be like taken as a joke. Like they did not intend for people to like take her
Latch onto
seriously.
it?
Yeah. And it was just like, "Yeah, I got fired from Snapchat today." Bummer type of video. And then the next video that they made was literally, "Hey y'all, just to clarify,
I've
it was
never
supposed
worked
to be a joke." The crazy thing is that I didn't expect strangers to believe it, but my own friends that know me personally, some of which that I work with, were messaging me saying, "Hey, I'm sorry you got laid off. I saw these people the day before when I was at our job that was not at Snapchat."
Yeah.
That
that
we don't work
they
there.
are.
And then
Oh my God. I mean, they could
an
think.
hour later, her dad like messages her, "Hey, sorry you got fired today."
Oh my God. So how quickly and how gullible people are is basically what I'm-
Everyone was like, "Hey,
Color me
sorry you
shocked.
got fired. Sorry you got fired."
Shocked.
Just instantly believed the thing. And I feel like this is like a message against all of social media. How easy those lies are. I
Dude.
feel like I could go on there and be like,
Yes.
"Hey,
Yes.
I
can't-
burned down the Eiffel Tower today," and at least a quarter of TikTok would believe me.
No. What you got to do is you got to go and be like, "Man, I can't believe they want to disqualify me from the running just because I'm Mexican."
Yeah.
For like city council, and then it'll blow up, and then be like, "No one ever said anything." And it's like too late. I've already had
Too
my
late.
5
It's a
minutes
whole
of fame.
thing.
And
Yeah,
it's like
too late. It's a whole fucking thing.
I'm here now. But yeah, I totally understand that because of how stupid and gullible
It's
people are.
so fucking
But how
dumb.
easy it would be for you to just go with like a suit and stuff and be like, "The secrets that business people don't actually want to tell you are these, this, and this." And
Why
that's
are there so many grifters?
Because they can just say whatever they want and get a million views,
Dude.
and then you'll get someone stitching the video where they're like, "Actually, I work in this field, and here's my credential. That's not true at all." 5,000 views.
The amount of people, legitimately though, like, dude, the amount of people telling other people, "Hey, just sell 4 couches a week and you get like $10 billion in a year."
Yeah.
Like, what?
Here's how you can be your own girl queen pussy boss bitch. This is how you do it. So first, you go down to the hooker store, and then you buy your premium hookers. Remember, don't get the ABC ones. Get the XYZ ones, okay? And make sure. Yeah, like just
It's
the
like,
dumbest
what?
shit.
What?
Makes no sense.
Like, it's just I follow this one dude who like actually has his own like he got into digital marketing when it was ripe, when it was good, like actually a proper business person.
Yeah.
And he basically reviews these things. He's like, "Oh no, this isn't good. Like, what are you fucking doing?" And like through him, I found so many more of these that he reviews. Just people that are like, fuck, I don't even know, like there's people that like recommend like a vending machine business without like any of the caveats.
Doing any.
Like,
They're like, "This is so easy.
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
passive income. You can do whatever you want." But then they don't tell you, like, actually, this is what
yeah,
you're supposed to do.
I saw one where the dude was claiming, "Yeah, just put it at the street corner. Just put it at the corner of your street."
Yeah,
like you
and
see your street, you can
people
get one
will
off
start
of
buying,
Yeah,
and
yeah,
you're
yeah,
like,
yeah. People will start buying from the corner of the street. He's like, "Set it up next to your bus stop." How are you gonna
on
run
a
electricity
business.
there?
Yeah, no, or it's like,
What?
just plug it in next to a business. And it's like, you can't do that because they will remove it because you're stealing electricity.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah. You have to pay, and like,
you could just plug it in a Starbucks. Nobody will ask any questions.
dude, no, the dumbest one. No, the dumbest one. It's like, okay, wait, he was responding to someone that basically said the same thing. That was like,
Yeah.
"Hey, you're supposed to pay, you know, blah blah blah." He's like, "I don't know where people are getting this from that you're supposed to pay, but no, the business where you set up the vending machine at, they're supposed to pay you."
I'm a sovereign citizen. First of all,
I thought this was
officer.
America.
I thought this was America. Officer, this isn't a transportation vehicle. I use this vehicle. I don't use this vehicle to drive. I use it to travel. Okay? And how are you traveling? Irrelevant. It's with my personal travel. Okay, you can only drive on your private roads. Oh, but the taxes I pay go to the public roads. Well, to be on a public road, you need a license. No, I don't, because I'm a sovereign citizen. I myself am not a person, but rather a corporation, and I have more rights than an average person. Okay? Show me your ID. I don't need to show you my ID. You're actually being detained right now. No, officer. I'm not gonna be. Bzzz, they get fucking tasered.
The
Sovereign citizen vibes. Straight up.
Literally. He was like, hey, no, if you set it up at a Walmart, the Walmart needs to pay you. When you go into the pitch meeting to like set it up, make sure you tell Walmart they need to pay you. Pitch it as that. Pitch it as a service for the company. Be like, hey, Walmart, my thing will increase the foot traffic in your location by
Also,
you know.
you just reminded me. At the Target where I used to work, we would ask, hey, who's in charge of the vending machine? Because it like took $1, and they'd be like, oh, we don't know. And just nobody fucking knew.
asked.
What? So did it just fucking appear in there? And then some guy just walks in, refills it, and just walks out. And they're like, okay, I guess it's just always been like that.
Yeah.
Straight up.
I mean, okay, I guess that I'm wrong. I guess fuck me. I guess just
Dude, just show up. Just show up to Targets and be like, oh, we got to do some work on the vending machine. Wheel it out.
Yeah.
Break out the quarters. Just fucking steal. Just fucking steal.
Hey, passive
idiots.
income. Just fucking steal. Passive income.
This isn't passive. This is active income, okay? This is income that's working for you.
Yeah.
You don't have to do anything but go in with a crowbar and a fucking gurney.
The fucking shimmy thing, whatever the fuck.
And remember, go at night because they always refill in the morning when no one's there.
Dude,
But
a
you
lot
go
of
at
these
night.
a lot of these vending machines have generic keys. You can buy the keys on fucking Facebook. Just wheel it. Just don't even fucking wheel it out. Just wear a mask, go in there,
Wait.
unlock it.
Straight up, wear a high vis vest and hold the clipboard.
Yeah.
And have your own lock picking set.
Yeah.
You can buy lock picking sets on Amazon for like $20. This is the best idea we've had all year long.
This is better than Uranium 234.
This is 100% endorsed by Broke Till Friday. You can tell your
fucking
lawyers. Yeah, just fucking walk in and steal from other people. You know how you can get a free car? You can actually just punch the person in the car next to you.
Yeah.
They have a nicer
free
car.
Just rip up the fucking registration and there you go.
Exactly. Once you have the registration, it's legally yours. So you can
Yeah.
just go and get the registration changed over to your name, and they won't find
Just
it under
commit
their
a
name.
little bit of federal fraud while you're at it. Who cares?
Exactly. Listen, I got a cousin up in Brooklyn who will wipe those plates for you, okay? He'll redo the whole car, won't ask a single question. He'll give you brand new plates. He'll issue them. He's DMV certified, okay? I got a cousin up there. He'll do that for you. I got a cousin up there who will whack people for you. I got a cousin up there who'll give you cyanide. I got a cousin over there who knows where the best hoagies this side of the Mississippi are. Okay?
Just fucking. Why not?
Just go fucking crazy. If you don't need to follow the rules, who gives a fuck?
Yeah, who gives a fuck? Honestly, at this point,
Broke Till Friday.
Broke to Friday.
We're broke till Friday. Goodbye, my friends. We'll see you next week. Now I'ma go and beat my meat. And we're broke till Friday. Bye, my friends. We'll see you next week. And now I'ma go and beat my meat. And we're broke till Friday.
Setting. Oh shit! Is your mic even working?
It's the setting up of the
Wait, y'all? Yeah.
of my
Yeah.
hairy nipples.
Nutsack. Okay.
That's it.
Wait. I just said fuck, and then you can't swear in the first 30 seconds. Okay.
Oh yeah, shit. Slurp it all back up.